Rome was growing and quite wealthy after the Second Punic War, but the Republic faced serious problems. Many Roman politicians took bribes and often encouraged violent mobs to help them rise to power. Soldiers returning home from years at war could not find work because rich landowners used slaves to do the work once done by poor Romans. The Republic also became embroiled in several civil wars. A civil war is a war within a nation. Many Romans wanted a strong leader, and the ambitious Julius Caesar was an obvious choice. Gaius Julius Caesar was a patrician and popular general when he was first elected consul in 59 BCE. Marcus Biblius was Caesar's co-consul, but Caesar paid no attention to the wishes of Biblius and the Senate. Caesar ordered the redistribution of lands to the poor, a decision that made him very popular with the Roman people, but angered many wealthy land-owning senators. Biblius attempted to veto Caesar's act, but Caesar's mob attacked the co-consul. The terrified Biblius retired to his home and left Caesar in control of the Roman government. The Senate tried to block Caesar's decisions, so he formed a partnership with his former enemies Crassus and Pompey. Historians often refer to this alliance as the First Triumvirate. A triumvirate is a partnership of three equal rulers. Neither Crassus nor Pompey were consuls, but the three generals were so popular with the Roman people that they were able to ignore the wishes of the Senate. Under Roman law, an official could not be arrested while he was in power. Knowing the Senate would have him jailed as soon as he left the consulship, Caesar arranged to be appointed governor of a Roman province in Gaul. Gaul was a territory northwest of the Italian peninsula. Upon taking office in Gaul, Caesar used his personal fortune to raise a private army. For the next 9 years, Caesar led his troops across Western Europe, killing or enslaving millions and conquering lands that added to the Roman Republic. In 49 BCE, the Senate ordered Caesar to disband his personal army and to return to Rome as a private citizen. Caesar once again feared arrest, so he ignored the order and marched his army back to Rome. Caesar's orders clearly told him not to bring his troops across the Rubicon River. When Caesar reached this river, he knew he faced an important decision. Caesar knew that if he obeyed the Senate and disbanded his army, his career would be over. But if he marched his troops across the river, the Senate would order Pompey and his army to retaliate. Today, when people say they are crossing the Rubicon, they refer to a very significant decision that cannot be undone. As Caesar's army approached Rome, many frightened senators fled the city. Pompey announced that Rome cannot be defended and retreated south with his army. The remaining senators named Caesar dictator. For the next several months, Caesar and his army pursued Pompey through the Mediterranean until Pompey led his army to Egypt. When Caesar arrived in Egypt, he met Ptolemy XIII, the 10-year-old ruler of the ancient land. Hoping to gain favor with Rome, Ptolemy presented Caesar with Pompey's decapitated head. Caesar then met and fell in love with Cleopatra, Ptolemy's older sister. Caesar spent a year with Cleopatra, then returned to Rome as a conquering hero. The Senate elected, then re-elected Caesar consul, breaking the Roman tradition that a consul serve only 1 year. While in power, Caesar settled 80,000 of his soldiers in colonies, built buildings and monuments throughout the city, and reformed the calendar. When Caesar came to power, the calendar was out of alignment with the seasons. Caesar instituted the Julian calendar of 365 and a quarter days. Caesar added a month to the calendar and named it July for himself. Caesar's calendar is closely related to the calendar we use today. In 44 BCE, Caesar arranged to be named dictator for life. A dictator is a ruler with complete control. The Senate had appointed dictators in the past, but only in great emergencies and for a period of no more than 6 months. Caesar ignored the Senate and ruled without their consent. Many senators became enraged because Caesar broke with Roman tradition and behaved as if he were a king. On March 15, 44 BCE, a mob of 60 senators stabbed the dictator to death in the Roman Forum. Ironically, Caesar fell to his death at the foot of a statue of Pompey, the general who Caesar defeated. With Caesar dead, Rome fell into a period of civil wars that would lead to the end of the Roman Republic and the creation of the first Roman emperor.